Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this particular video, I'd like to discuss briefly my thoughts on the recent casting news for the Man of Steel sequel, Man of Steel 2, Batman vs. Superman. I still have my fingers crossed for a World's Finest or Trinity-style title, being that we do know that Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are going to be the three primary players in this film, although we don't know actually what capacity, any of them are really going to feature. Probably heavily on Superman and Batman, but Wonder Woman's still a question mark. We don't know exactly how much screen time she's going to get, how integral to the overall story she's going to be, and such like that. But added to the cast of course, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, who is playing Batman, Bruce Wayne, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, we have handed down to us recently Lex Luthor and Alfred Pennyworth, that wonderful butler for Bruce Wayne. Both have been officially cast. Of course, Jeremy Irons is going to be playing Alfred, and I could not be more ecstatic about this. Much like Michael Caine, really made me just jump for joy and think what an awesome coup in the casting for that character. Jeremy Irons as well. I think he could bring a lot of class and gravitas, which is something I said about Lawrence Fishburne playing Perry White, being cast as Perry White, and that held true. I really think, Jeremy Irons is going to be a win situation for Alfred. I can't wait to see what kind of Alfred we're going to see. Is it going to be kind of like Beware the Batman, where he was an ex-soldier kind of thing? Is he going to be an actual, just very erudite, British butler, that kind of thing? It's going to be very interesting to see what capacity his role takes in this film. But the big news, of course, is Lex Luthor, the arch nemesis of Superman, Kal-El from Krypton himself, has been cast by the actor Jesse Eisenberg. Now, I have to admit, from out of the gate, I don't know much about this cat's filmography. I haven't seen any of his performances or anything like that. In fact, when I first saw an article, referencing him and saw a picture of him from, very small on my mobile screen, I thought it was the guy from Kick-Ass at first. And I'm like, oh, well, that'll be cool. But then I realized, oh, no, wait, that's somebody else. And, of course, looking up his filmography, Zombieland or what have you, that Facebook movie, The Social Network, which is one I really am dying and chomping at the bit to see. I haven't seen it yet. I think, based on what I know of this particular actor, based on what I've heard from other people, I think there's a lot more hopefulness in this casting than there is. You see everyone everywhere just having a fit, pitching a fit, and I'm really kind of just sick and tired of it. I'm seeing people talking about, oh, well, I really don't care about the casting of this movie anymore. They're making stupid casting choices and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, shut the hell up already. You haven't seen one frame of film. They're not even filming this thing yet. You have no right to judge. Yes, you can make educated guesses about someone's performance quality and stuff like that if you've seen them in other things. Gal Gadot has been sort of, talked about with disdain because she really hasn't done much and stuff like that. I again, another actor or actress rather, that I haven't seen any of the movies she's been in. I don't know how well she would work as far as, Wonder Woman goes. I have to wait until I see the film before I can say, pro or con, that kind of thing. Now, you do have some room, as I say, some leeway to make an educated guess about these kinds of things, but quite frankly, I'm just so sick of all the fanboy, just screaming and crying and pitching a fit, having tantrums, because you don't know what to expect. You don't have any idea what the finished product is going to be. Much akin to Heath Ledger. I've had this discussion ad nauseum on Facebook, and I still have people coming back with arguments and stuff like that. Heath Ledger was somebody who was pegged as being the ruiner of The Dark Knight and everything like that. Everyone thought it was insane. They were incredulous. They could not swallow it. They needed to swallow it with a grain of salt. And then, once the movie was out, unfortunately, Ledger passed away, but we saw the single greatest performance, probably, at least to date, of the Joker on screen. I absolutely was floored by him. I remember my own reaction was kind of like, well, they're either, completely insane or completely brilliant. I can't wait to see what Ledger does with the role. Whereas a lot of people were really just bitching and moaning, and that's what they're doing again with this casting, and I mean, it's always going to happen. It's never going to not happen with comic book geeky properties. Michael Keaton, Anne Hathaway, Val Kilmer, on and on and on and on. And Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill to a point. A lot of people always have something to say, something to complain about, and I'm just kind of tired of it. I just want to see the movie, and I want to be wowed by it. And if I'm not wowed by it, oh well. I probably won't watch it again. If I am wowed by it, it's going to be an esteemed part of my DVD collection when it comes out on DVD. So yeah, for the most part, I'm hopefully optimistic. I can't wait to see what, Jesse Eisenberg and Jeremy Irons bring to the fold for the Man of Steel sequel. Whoever else is going to be cast, keep in mind, we only have confirmed reports of Henry Cavill, Diane Lane, Lawrence Fishburne, Amy Adams, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and now these two as far as being the people cast in this film. It's still not reason enough to, throw pitchforks in the air and start trying to chase Zack Snyder out of Hollywood. Some really great news that just came out recently as well is Jeff Johns is now taking over kind of the overseer role of all of this stuff, as opposed to Christopher Nolan, and I couldn't be happier with this particular choice. Love what Johns has been doing in the New 52, Aquaman especially, the little of Green Lantern I've read. I loved Justice League of America, what I've read of it. I've only read the first couple issues as yet. I got to get the trade for that. But Jeff Johns has, made his name in comics. He's a great guy. He's a comic book fan. He has all this interest in making these characters awesome, and he's done that singularly with Aquaman. So the fact that he's going to have a sort of creative role in these films, in bridging the gap between them and the characters and everything, that, to me, puts this whole DC universe, this film universe, up to Marvel's standard as far as what they can start pumping out. Let's hope, fingers crossed, toes crossed, that that's what they're going to do. So, essentially, that's my thoughts on this. I'm hopefully optimistic, as I say. I'm not going to be pitching a fit. I'm going to be waiting for 2016 now. That's the biggest thing to complain about, really. That we have to wait longer. I would think that would be the thing people should be bitching about, basically. And so, yeah, that'll be it for me on this one. I hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.